that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He finds his target, it's Crowder. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. And now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd. Darnold, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, you do I ever.
So a big play there. Not only the fumble return for the touchdown, then they get the 2-point try. And, for the defense, though, they were just over there sitting on the field. They had to rush out to try to defend that.
You know what's funny? They actually practice situations that they call sudden change when the team turns it over. I'll guarantee you no one practices a fumble return for a touchdown like that, and now someone goes for 2. Really good strategy by them putting them in that situation.
Football going back to the Jets. Charles, this is a New York Jets team that, gosh, just last week they were saying, maybe we'll make a playoff push. They had won 3 straight. Sam Darnold was back, but now the 22-6 loss to the previously winless Cincinnati Bengals, that puts them at 4-8, and the playoff hopes are over.
Yeah, they certainly are, and I know that they were talking about making that playoff push. I'm not sure how many of us in the outside world thought it could happen. But that win a week ago over Oakland, 34-3 at home, made us think possibly, maybe, and then they came back to earth. Andy Dalton reinstalled as the starting quarterback at Cincinnati, and the Bengals jumped them. Next week, the Jets
under pressure now. Darnold, and he goes down. Patrick Owasor coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. Returnable for Thomas. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on 1st down. And what in the world? Now they're going to fake it. And this is caught. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. I'm at a bit of a loss for words at exactly what happened there, but I guess you can't argue with the results. Fake punt, even though it wasn't 4th down, and it picks up a 1st. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. In on the stop, the Pro Bowl strong safety, Jamal Adams.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 27 yards there, a first down.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
A 5-yard touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early and give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. And he is in to make it 16-0. So 2 successful two-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or two-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And New York set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. 16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Darnold from the gun. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Baltimore taking the field again here, and as we mentioned earlier, getting the win over San Fran this past week to get to 10-2. That's now 8 straight victories for the Ravens. That's a new franchise record. And you mentioned that they are going to have their, in all likelihood, their 2nd consecutive division crown in the AFC North. Last year, they barely got it at the end of the season. They've got a full 3-game lead this year.
Yeah, they could cruise to the title. It won't be easy because they have to go to Buffalo next, and Buffalo has to have that game in order to keep pace in the wild card race, and they're playing pretty well. But then after that, they're home against the Jets, then they take on the Browns, and then they're home for Pittsburgh. So you're right, they've got a chance to kind of cruise in, but I don't think they're going to play it that way. They've got a lot of momentum going. They're clicking on offense with Lamar Jackson, and the defense has really stepped up its game. Hard to move the ball against those Ravens.
And some incentive not to cruise to the finish line because right now they're the #1 seed in the AFC by virtue of their win and the Patriots' loss in Houston this last week. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
A beautiful fake. Oh, now he bowls him over. Give him 6 there, but now it's 3rd.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's Jackson to throw. The safety Marcus May in there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
So on fourth down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake, but he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. He has not had the game that he envisioned. His team has not had the game that they envisioned here. So how do they turn this around now?
Well, right now, what he's looking forward to doing is finding a way to get the added weight on his back. Is it like that monkey that Steve Young was talking about? Remember that in the Super Bowl?
Oh, the 95 Super Bowl.
Right, when they beat the Chargers, and, he had that weight of expectations and past greats on his back. In this case, it's just bad play. Can he shake it off and then be able to play loose and free and help his team out?
Let's see if he can do just that. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Jets on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. The shotgun snap for Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Check, 48's the money. Let's make these babies cry all the way to Let's make it
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
48, Mike.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
Check, Mike 46.
Now Jackson on first down, being chased out left. Now he'll pull it down. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.